welcome back to another episode of Author Interviews with Jazz and Prose. I'm your host, Sai, and today we are here with the lovely Cherese Campbell for her lovely book, Made to Create, a Storyteller's Guide to Creative Success. Cherese, how are you doing today?
I am doing well. Thank you so much, Sai, for having me.
Absolutely. I feel like this is going to be a much needed and much viewed interview.
Yes.
Okay, as you know, our audience are usually readers, writers, editors, publishers, things like that. So with your book, I love to start with the cover. Okay, so go ahead and tell us how you came up with the cover for this book.
So I came up with the cover for this book because, one, I was thinking about what color came to mind when I think about creativity. And when I think about creativity, I think bright, I think vibrant. I also, the light bulb came to mind because I was just like, ideas, all of the things, this is giving ideas. So that's where the light bulb came from. And then Made to Create, I just wanted to speak to the audience directly. Like, you are made to create. Literally, this is what it says. And then A Storyteller's Guide to Creative Success is because I use storytelling elements within the book to kind of connect the dots between, just the content within the book, which is having creatives to pretty much tap into their creativity. So,
yeah. And that's needed because, and I won't, I'm gonna let you interview you. I don't want to answer, and say a bunch of stuff, but I can definitely relate. I know for me, it is hard sorry, I don't know why that was there. It is hard to get into that zone because I am a person who I have to be in the mood. And I know that's kind of bad, but I have to be in the mood, and being so busy sometimes, just, with life, it can be hard to tap into that creativity. So before you give us all your jewels and gems, go ahead and introduce yourself to our viewers and listeners, and how you got started as a writer.
So my name is Cherese, and I am a creative at heart, have always been. I've been writing since I was like 9-10 years old. It started with me writing like at 9, just making like comic strips and frames of like the stories that I had in my head. And something that inspired me to start writing at such a young age was the 90s. Like everything in the 90s was just so inspirational to me. And it was just like, wow, like I want to do this. I want to be like that. All of the things, like from TV shows to music to all of the culture that was happening around that time, was super inspirational for me. So it just wanted, especially with TV shows and films back in the day, I just wanted to write those type of stories. So I did.
Yeah. So I'm going to assume that you're a millennial.
Absolutely.
Okay. So the 90s, it's unmatched. It was just so growing up during those times, I literally grew up thinking I could do anything.
Literally.
Anything, so I love that you have poured that into a book to maybe spark that creativity back for some people who have
bring it back around and spin the block.
Yes. Block on creativity. Literally, yes, we need to do that because the world that we live in, I feel like it's creativity. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a scientist, a painter, like it's all creativity from your mind or from something that you were inspired by. Absolutely. So, the 90s. Yeah, I love that you're bringing that back. And
I'm so glad you said that, Sai. I'm glad you said that because when people think of creativity, they only think about the arts. And I want them to understand with my book that it goes beyond. And I talk about that we'll get to it, but I talk about that in the book, about how that's important to know that it stretches, it goes beyond.
It really does. And I think perspective and how you look at things, and I'm a writing teacher, and I even tell my students, a lot of them, they don't like reading, they don't like writing. I'm like, well, it doesn't matter what field you go into, you're gonna have to read, you're gonna have to write.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. You're going to, even if you're gonna do sports, you need to read those contracts,
right.
So I think having an open mind and think bigger picture. Okay. Sometimes we might not think books apply to us in our life, but you just never know what could
Right.
inspire you. Right. So
Absolutely.
yeah. So go ahead and tell everyone about your book and what it's about.
So, Made to Create, a Storyteller's Guide is about how to start, finish, and share your creative work. And it's a motivational guide. It's like super engaging. Like you're able, I put in work, like activities throughout the book so that you can literally start doing it in the moment. Some people that I've been speaking to about who's already read the book, they say, yeah, I read the whole book through, and then I go back and do the activities. And I love to hear that because that was literally the goal. Like, just getting started or whatever creativity you have in mind, whatever you've been pushing to the back of your mind, just getting started on it, finishing it, and sharing it. Because that's all of those three pieces are so important to your creative journey. Because I also link it to God's gifts for you. Like literally, he gave you certain gifts that he wants you to not keep to yourself, but to share with other people. And that my book also goes into that, like creativity started at the beginning of time when God created Adam and Eve. Like he created humans, like he used his creative ability to make who we are today. So that is what my book is about. And I go into different chapters and just use storytelling elements because I feel like our life is a story. Everything is a story. We can always connect everything back to a story. Yeah. So the book is about, so I use the storytelling elements just like character traits and setting and world building and inspiration, all of the things like that makes a good story. So yeah, that's what the book is about.
I love that. And you said a lot of things there. When it comes to, at what moment did you say, you know what, I'm going to write this book? I'm writing it. I'm putting it out. What was the moment for you that you sat down and you literally just started writing?
Going through life, when life was lifing at its highest point for me. I recently transitioned out of education as well. I was a math teacher for the past 5 years. So I last school year, I just was like, oh my gosh, a lot is happening. A lot is going on in the workplace. A lot is going on with my home. My mom was in the hospital from October to January. My kids was being children. And of course, I'm still trying to be an educator and maintain and all the things. And I was like, let me just sit back. Let me just gather myself and figure out what it is that I need to do to make me feel happy and fulfilled in this moment. And I realized that, wow, something has been missing from my life for the past 5 years. And it's me and my writing, my connection with my writing, my connection with my creative abilities, period, that I have literally just disconnected from. Because I didn't feel 100% creative in the classroom, even though some teachers thrive in their creativity in the classroom. I did not. I think it's mainly because I'm a creative at heart and like I was teaching math. So of course you can get creative with the numbers, which I feel like I did, but it still wasn't the same for me. And I totally disconnected myself from that. So that was me just self-reflecting and saying, hey, let me get back to this. And I'll say, I'm writing a book. I'm going to start it. I'm going to finish it. And I'm going to share it. Literally, I told myself all of these things. And I just started to write a book in a structured way because I needed structure. I needed structure to get started. Because like you said earlier, us creatives, we find every excuse in the book. We procrastinate. We get distracted easily. All of the things. So I said, let me find structured ways to get people started, to get me started, and to continue to keep this moving. Yeah. So, because it's so easy when life is doing its thing to just be like, I'm done. But I made sure that this is what fulfills me. This is what I'm going to do. And making sure that I have a guide to bring myself back to do it more than once. So, yeah.
I was going to say that this seems like a book that you read more than once. You put it out, you pick it up, because it's a motivator. And that's what I love about books. And I need a book in my hand. I know we have audio books, we have, Kindle, all that stuff. I need a page. That's just how I am. But having something that I know I can go there and pick it back up. And people get really antsy with religion. But it's like a Bible, you know what I'm saying? With Bibles, we read that over and over again. We get inspired, motivated. It's a guide. And so having something that you can continuously go back to, especially in the world that we live in now with,
we need creativity more than ever now. Literally.
Yeah, especially with AI. We're competing against robots, guys.
Really, literally.
This is iRobot. If you guys have seen iRobot, Sunny is coming for us, guys. We literally have to fight for humanity, especially, I don't even just want to say in the arts, but for every field.
For every single field, like we need to put our foot down and let society know, let AI know that we are still here, we are still available. You need us to even survive. We need to be able to tap into what we have naturally in order to keep you working, in order to keep you at your best, AI, so yes. So I push that in I push creativity in every single field because of that. And social media era, like all of the things, like people continuously scrolling and watching instead of doing, so it's just like, we need our creativity. We all need to tap into our creativity because of that.
Yeah. And it's hard being a creative, especially, for kids, I feel so bad nowadays, partially because, in the 90s, we didn't have TikTok. We didn't have all these social media apps with the dopamine constantly, it's an addiction with the brain. And which is why, as a teacher, for me, a lot of the times I'm like, all right, all technology away. I love technology, by the way. I'm in grad school for technology. So it's not that I hate technology, but I feel like balance is important. Okay. I'm not anti-AI, but it has to be balanced. And I think this book will remind people that you don't have to become codependent on AI. I know ChatGPT is like huge right now, and a lot of people use it, which is great. I love it. The issue I have with that, and why I would recommend people to go the route of your book, is because they don't understand that a human created that. Okay, a human created ChatGPT. So when you're putting, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but when you're putting stuff into those search engines, it read the fine print. Please don't ever put your sensitive data in there, because it's collecting that and it's going to regenerate that. So I think your creativity as a human is the secret sauce.
Literally. And I'm so glad you talked about having a physical book too, Sai. Like, pick a physical book up. So I released the physical book for like 4 weeks before I had it put on Amazon, which I feel like it's no point to have it on Amazon, as an ebook, because I wanted to sell my own physical copies. But as an ebook, I'm just like, oh, this is such a guide that you need to have. It needs to be physical in your hand. So for those who is watching this interview, please make sure you have a physical book, though it is online as an ebook on Amazon. So, but yes, it's so important to have a physical book for books like this, so that you can have it over and over again in your face, accessible to you. So yes.
And and this is not turning into like a ebook hate interview. This is just, for me, having a library, having my bookshelves. What if, I want to share that? The type of reader I am. I'm reading something, I'm underlining, I'm like, oh, and I might give it to my daughter and say, hey, look at this, So I'm team paperback, not to make it a divide, but I have Audible, like I support all formats. But it does depend. Like I just downloaded King of Ashes by S.A. Cosby, and so I support all, but I'm a paperback girly. Okay,
same. Like for my romantic novels, like my Kennedy Ryans, like okay, we on the ebook, we on the Audibles for those, but for like things that's like self-help and all the self-help books and wellness, you need the physical copy. So yes.
I would agree with that. Do you have a part of the book where you felt like, gosh, this is really challenging to write? I'm struggling with this part.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So chapters 2 and 3 were like the most challenging books. I mean, not books, but chapters in my book. Mainly because chapter 2 speaks about accepting change. And that is so
Yeah.
difficult in your creative journey, where you feel like, so for chapter 1 is talking about structuring your creative, the way you create in order to start and finish, right? And then chapters 2 is talking about accepting change. What if something in your life happens? What if something, you feel like, okay, now I'm going off track, or when you get off track, that change in your life, in your story, can literally disconnect you, or it can connect you back, so it just all depends. Change is inevitable, but it is needed, but it is hard as well. So that chapter was definitely more work than a lesson for me.
Yeah.
So, in my chapters, I'm talking, trying to engage, but then chapter 2, I'm talking a little, but the activity is a lot, because I'm like, we need to all work through this, including me.
Yeah.
So,
and I think it's ongoing. Change is ongoing. I think developing the skill of resilience and being able to bounce back and recover, having those coping strategies for when life happens, because life does happen. Okay. And I have an interview that's going to be coming out talking about dealing with grief, because that is something that we all deal with. And when we talk about grief and change and all that, sometimes it's not, how do I say, it can be metaphorically speaking as well, because sometimes we didn't get the promotion. Now we're stressed out, we're depressed, we don't want to be creative anymore. The kids are misbehaving. Now I'm stressed out, I don't want to do this anymore. Things happen, but keeping your creativity lit, that spark, it needs to stay lit. Yeah, especially when you have goals. Like if you have a goal and you need to do this, having strategies and books like your book to keep you motivated to and get through that finish line. Oh my God, because we all know as creatives that when we are done, oh my God, that feeling right there.
Yes.
It's all worth it.
All worth it.
All worth it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what about a favorite chapter? Did you have a part where you were just like, oh my God, this is so fun to write, I love this?
Absolutely. So once I got past chapter 2 and chapter 3, getting into chapter 4 and 5 were a breeze, because they speak on world building and inspiration. So chapter 4 is probably my favorite, because I reference like Marvel Universe to have us connect to what world building can really look like. Right? So I tell people to create your world around your creativity. And then having the thought and the understanding that worlds evolve, worlds go back in time, worlds go in the future, worlds literally can look like anything. It can look futuristic, it can look suburban, it can look urban, it can look city. Worlds are so complex, they're so vast, and that is literally what excites me, because I'm such a Marvel fan. I'm like, it's so many different worlds.
It is. I was like, I hope you don't ask me about them, because I cannot keep up. I love it, but I feel like and that's to your point. I feel like, okay, nope, I'm not even gonna try. I don't even know the man's name. He's brilliant, but whoever created it, that is amazing. And the reason why I won't say that I'm not a Marvel fan, but I feel like I'm so far behind as to what's the latest thing out right now. And I'm a person that I pay attention to so much detail. I would have to go back to literally the beginning, because everybody's like, they know the characters, they know the world. You would think that this is like,
they're a part of our life. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think that is great. So when it comes to your publishing journey, okay, how long did it take you to write this book?
It took me 1.5 years to write the book. Yeah, it took me a year and a half.
Yeah. And I know that, I like asking that question because I'm a procrastinator as a writer. So I'm like, oh, I wonder if they beat me. I have one book that I have been working on for like over 10 years.
Oh,
But
wow.
I think there's something psychological to that. Because I think I'm savoring it because I really enjoy writing it. And I know like once you're done, it's like it's done. It's done.
You got to be ready to share too, but
you have to be ready to share. I'm so excited about it. Like I really, Tyler Perry, I say this in almost all my videos. I really want him to turn it into a movie or a series or something like that. But it taking that time is just I'm savoring the process.
Every
and
moment. I love that.
You say what?
I said you're savoring every moment. I love that.
Every moment. But I will call it quits at some point. I'm almost done. So when it comes to publishing it, did you go the self-publishing route or did you go the traditionally publishing route?
I don't really know how to answer that question because I feel like it's gray area between the two, right?
Okay.
So I kind of put my book together, like ready for it to be published and stuff like that, but I didn't go to the copy machine and do the hard, the putting the binding and all that other stuff. No, I used the publishing place called Book Logic, and they literally I had to still kind of format everything and all the, send them my book cover in like this format or they couldn't accept it type of stuff. So I felt like it was a gray area because I'm like, I'm doing all this myself. Like I'm paying Yado, so for me,
I heard of them though. I think another lady.
They're awesome. And they're a quick turnaround too, for sure.
Okay. Yeah. I heard a lady, she used it. I think she said it was like a step-by-step process. If it's the same one, I don't know. But so I would say like maybe a hybrid. It's kind of a hybrid that you guys.
They allow you to, take steps forward and then they do the rest. But if you don't want to take the steps forward and you want them to do everything, they charge you.
They charge you. Wow. Well, there's so many different options nowadays, but I do feel like anyone who they really have it on their heart that they want to write a book, you can write a book. Anybody can publish a book. Now it's 2025 out there, now the caveat to that is editing. So did Book Logic have editors already that's gonna like do that for you?
Book Logic does have editors, though I did not use them. I used a her name is Sasha. I forgot her last name, but her name is Sasha, and she was amazing. I hired an editor. I hired an independent editor, a friend of a friend. And she was more than an editor to me during my journey. She was like my motivator. She was like the person that keeps me going. Like, cause she kept me to my deadline. She kept me to sticking to the structure. She kept me to sticking to what I said and, to what I'm trying to say as far as theme. She was so much more than an editor. And I'm so glad I used her instead of like a traditional company or something like that, because when you go that way, word of mouth, and you kind of network and connect with people, you get more, you get a bang for your buck, so I am so grateful for my editor. And I thank her. Thank you, Sasha.
Thank you, Sasha. Shout out to Sasha. I'll put your ad in the comments. And that's, almost every author that comes on here, they talk about the stressors, and editing can be brutal, guys. It can be brutal.
It was brutal. The process was brutal.
Yeah, because like you said, it's change. We're changing.
Yes.
I remember, my first book that I put out like 2013, 2012, it was through a friend of a friend, family really. And so shout out to Mr. Polly Castro. He was the first one that edited my first book that I put out. And it was so, it was so new at that time. So it's still a part of the process, and it's nothing like hearing like, all right, I think we're good, and you're ready to go to the next step. What was the biggest lesson you think you learned with publishing your book?
The biggest lesson with publishing my book was being patient. Literally being patient. That was my lesson. Because like once you're done, you're like, okay, come on, push it on through. But understanding that was a process all in itself. Like that I was not expecting. Honestly, I was not expecting the publishing part to be as brutal as the writing and the editing part. I was not expecting that, honestly. And though I got through it, and patience and understanding and research got me through it.
Yeah, guys, that part right there, I mean, she clocked T right there when she said patience. Yeah, you have to be patient. You cannot rush the process. And I know we have people out there publishing 3 books a week. I'm being dramatic. 3 books a month, but I know, like, for me, it takes me a while, and especially with editing, like, guys, I'm a teacher. I can't just put out a book with all these grammatical errors and things like that. Like, this is a reputation. So yeah, it can take a while. So patience is definitely key. What advice, Cherese, would you give to aspiring authors?
The advice I would give to aspiring authors is to just start, to just finish.
Yeah.
And to share it. That is my advice. Start, finish, share. Literally. That is all the concepts that I have in my book, because that is the advice I have for not just authors, but to all creatives.
Yeah. And I think there's people that I know right now watching this video. Y'all have a manuscript just sitting there collecting dust. You haven't shared it. I really think it's kind of like what do you have to lose kind of thing. But I know that writing a book is different for different authors. Some people write to get their name out there, share their work. Some people write it because it's therapeutic. It's a release for them, and they may not want to share it. I get it. But if you're a person who really you're looking to turn writing into a business, go for it. We live in the age of technology. Share it. I think there's no excuse, and you just never know who you can inspire with your words.
And it's not your gift to keep. God gave it to you to share it with others, to inspire others. Like, that's why I connect God with this work, because this is our God-given gifts. If you're able to sit down and write, even if it is for therapeutic reasons, like, somebody may need exactly what you're writing. Somebody may need it, or the world may need to have connections with it, to speak about it, to talk about it, like, to all of the things, like, it's needed in some way, somehow.
I completely agree with that. Your book is needed. So many people need it. I need it. If you're a writer, you're gonna need motivation, because there are days when you're just not going to want to do it, or people don't encourage you verbally, and some people need that. I know the book I'm putting out, guys, when I've been working on for 10 years, you inspired me, because it's a lot of people need that book.
Okay.
It's a lot of people. It's a fiction
Get it
book
out there, girl. We gonna need to read it, Sai.
Yeah, it's a fiction book, but it's needed. It's a topic that
fiction sparks imagination, which sparks other things. Like, absolutely. Reading the fiction books too. My next write is going. Well, I'll get to that once we talk.
Yeah. Because we know you the queen of the creativity. We know you got some other stuff that you're gonna be putting out. Okay. Yes, it's trivia time, guys. Okay, so we're gonna go into trivia. So this is an author's edition of Would You Rather. Okay, so we're gonna have you. Oh my God, where is that? I'm about to say, we're gonna have you pick a number from 1 to 4.
This is cool, Sai. I am going to pick number 2.
Number 2. Okay, let's see what number 2 says. Oh, I knew you were gonna get this question. So it says, would you rather see your book turn into a Netflix series or quoted in a TED Talk?
I would like my book to be not only quoted in a TED Talk, but on a TED Talk.
Yeah. I could definitely see this on a TED Talk. You should definitely look into that. That would be a great opportunity.
Girl, I'm making moves.
Absolutely.
We're moving into the direction for sure.
Absolutely. That will blow up for real. Oh my God. Okay. So we are at our closing slide. And this is what you were about to speak to. So, Miss Cherese Campbell, what is next for you?
Next for me, I am going to buckle down
Okay.
and structure my life and my world around a fiction book. I have started 3 fiction novels and did not finish them.
Okay.
So I am going to choose one to finish. I'm not going to start over. I'm going to choose one to finish and get that out there. And I'm so excited about it because tapping into that fiction,
Yeah.
tapping into that part of your imagination is
Yeah.
just on a whole nother level. And
Yeah.
I am excited to see what I can come up with now that I have like this motivation and
Motivation.
this spark to just start creating.
Now, I'm wondering, if Jazz and Prose can just get like a little sneak peek of just like what is the theme? Like what one of the fiction books that you're gonna be putting out? Just a little bit.
So of course, the theme of the fiction book, if I had to choose one that I feel like I'm gonna start on, it's grown and sexy. It's like a high school kind of theme but we're focusing on more on the adults than the children. Like you know how you work in a school, you know how the drama goes in school. I'm gonna be talking about that. So the behind the scenes of running a school.
Abbott Elementary.
Well, it's not going to be a comedy. It's going to be more on the thriller side.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm here for it.
Yes.
Okay, so where can people, first of all, find the book?
Find the book.
Made to Create.
So I am going to share my link with Sai so that you guys can purchase it directly from me. So it is on PayPal because that's the part of the self-publishing that I am doing. I don't want Amazon to publish my book because I would have to literally republish my book in order for it to be on Amazon to purchase the actual physical copy. So purchase it from me, y'all. So I'm going to send her the link, the PayPal link. It is legit. Please I don't know. People see PayPal and they feel like, okay, it's a scam. Yeah. I don't know. But it is not. It's my actual link to get the book. I mail out the books myself. So please purchase your physical copy. You need this book in a physical copy. But it is also on Amazon as an ebook as well. And you can purchase from there.
Okay, guys, purchase directly from Ms. Campbell, please, guys. Okay. And then also, where can they follow you if they want to keep up with you for that fiction book that's coming out?
Absolutely. So I am using all of my personal accounts because my books are personal to me. So I don't have any like other accounts where, okay, they're separate. No, it's all me. So on Instagram, you can find me at Evolve with Cherese and Facebook, Cherese Campbell. I am on TikTok as well, Evolve with Cherese, though I'm not really on TikTok like that yet. So yeah.
Okay, guys. And I heard TikTok is great for marketing for books.
Is it? So yeah, look, I need to get into it.
That's what I heard. But once they banned it that first time, I said I'm not gonna do the back and forth.
Right, we're not about to do this back and forth.
Yeah, but I might have to hop back because I know a lot of people say that they blow up on TikTok. But,
okay, I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna look into it for sure.
Yeah. Well, Cherese Campbell, we have enjoyed having you here at Jazz and Prose.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. You're welcome back anytime. All right, guys. Well, make sure you check out Made to Create. The link will be in the description. We thank you for tuning in to this episode of Author Interviews, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.